Hi, welcome to another edition of the Code Coder. I'm here to make you great, help you innovate. Today we'll be talking about a storage collection called arrays. Earlier we talked about arrays being like a carpool lane. So if you only have one person in the car driving down the carpool lane, you're going to get a ticket. You shouldn't be in that lane. But in order to get in that lane, if you can put two people in your car, sometimes three, you can actually get in the carpool lane and get to work quicker. But that's what arrays are. So if I declare one variable and it holds one number, that's one thing. But what if I want to hold a lot of numbers? In fact, I always try to take the analogy into what's called the egg carton. Okay, see this egg carton? All right, so an array actually holds more than one number. So think about an egg carton when you think about arrays. You take numbers and you put them in all these spaces, okay? And now you could carry all the numbers with you to another object, or in our original analogy, down the carpool lane, all right? So an array is just like a carton of eggs, okay? And that's how I want you to see it. In Swift, we write an array like this. Let's check it out. So it's going to be a variable still, but we're just going to call it national parks. I'm going to talk about, we're taking a trip to a national park, and hopefully we take it in the carpool lane. And so there's national park, and I'm going to say it's going to be an array of strings. All right, so in the original analogy, I could come back and say, basically, I'm going to put a letter in each one of these spots. Actually, let me go back. Strings actually are arrays, right? So when you actually make a word, it's actually an array of string of characters. But we're actually going to put a word, okay, or a sentence in every slot, okay? So every character that's surrounded by quotes will be in each spot, okay? So we'll come back to that. All right, so this is an array of strings. Why is this pizza? I don't know why it's different. But that was from last lesson, if you remember, my lunchtime Koletzkian operator, Nil Koletzkian operator. Starting to get that turned down a little better. So I'm going to go ahead and make this a string, all right? And these are national parks. So yeah, we're going to go ahead and this first one is going to be Acadia. Okay, and then you separate items in the egg carton, the proverbial egg carton, with a comma. Okay, let's talk about Zion. Okay, comma, space, and let's do the Grand Canyon. There you go. Okay, so this is an array of strings, and let's come back to this. So now I have Acadia in the first spot. I have Zion in the second spot, and then I have the Grand Canyon. So it's really just an egg carton of 3 eggs. Okay, by the way, all these sections are called indexes. Okay, the index of an array people will talk about. This first index is 0. Okay, so it's 0. So you think you might have a dozen eggs. Really, we have 0 to 11. Okay, so you still have a dozen eggs, but this last one's 11, first one's 0. All right? Okay, so there's that, and yeah, so there's my egg carton of arrays. All right, so obviously you can go ahead and write this like this if you want it. I'm going to copy and paste, and you don't have to. Remember, we have type inference. Swift automatically knows that this is an array. If you go ahead and make the array, oh, it says something wrong here. Oh, it's already declared. So if I can't do this, I actually got to go ahead and do something like that. So now, see, sometimes you start catching errors. Once you have enough errors, you start catching them before you have to run red stop sign. Okay, so I could actually write it like that, which is probably easier and quicker, and that's probably what you'll end up doing. So let's actually do it like that. Now we'll delete that other one, and we'll just do that type inference, okay? All right, so let's access this array now. So if I want to print something to the screen, I can basically just go the first part that I went to was, remember, backslash, parentheses, the name of the variable, national parks. Now that it won't put up the entire array, I don't think. Let's try it, see what it does. Yeah, it says no, it wants something in there. So it wants to know what index. That's quite a noisy display. Okay, so yeah, what's this first index? How to pull this first index out? And the first index is Acadia. How do I pull that out of the array or access it? And so basically what you do is you just do the staple brackets and hit 0 for index 0. So now you'll see that my first park was National Park 0. Oops, I put S in, that's a common mistake. I pluralized it. Okay, so it's still not liking that. Oh, I didn't close this. See how these are red and there's a white one left open? That'll help you close those functions. Okay, there you go. So now you see the first park that I went to was Acadia. Okay, pretty nice. All right, that's how you access it. Of course, if I put 1, it would be Zion, and if I put 2, it would be Grand Canyon. What if I put 3? Okay, there's nothing in 3, right? So you got 0, 0, 1, 2, 3. There's nothing in there. Acadia, Zion, Grand Canyon, nothing. So what does happen if I do that? So let's do it. 3, and then all of a sudden red stop sign. And this is a normal, everyone knows when your index is out of range, you went further than what's in your array. So you'll start getting this. You won't know what it means to start with, but remember, index out of range, you're out of the range of objects in your array. Okay? It's kind of hard too with this visual display, okay, because I'm showing you 12, but really this one will only have 3. You'd only see 3, okay, but you're seeing 12. It's not like it has 12, but I think it's still a good analogy. Anyway, we'll go back to, let's go back to 0, okay, and that's how you access them. Now that you have some certain types of properties you can add to an array. So let's try using. What if I want to go ahead and insert or append or add something to it? So I can now just go national park dot, and it'll come up with things that I could do. Look at all these properties I could do here. Okay, so this one we want to append. So I'm just going to go ahead and append, and then actually I don't want to use that append. I just want to append another Badlands. All right, National Park append Badlands, and then so this is going to go ahead and put it to the back of it. So if I could look at this, you'll see now you have the 3-spot Badlands. Pretty cool, right? Okay, so that's append. Let's do another one. How about insert? So you can insert one. What if I wanted Badlands before Grand Canyon or whatnot? Okay, let's let's add a whole new one. Let's add a petrified canyon. Okay, so let's go national. So we can add a new one. Park. Oops, I like using those code quotations. Let's go insert. I should just get used to using those. Oops, let's undo that. Undo. Maybe I shouldn't use those. Okay, so let's insert petrified forest. Okay, and then let's put it at something. Okay, so comma at. Let's put it in the 3rd spot. 3. Okay, so it adds it, and if you look at this now, you have in the 3 spot petrified forest, and then Badlands gets bumped down 1. So I think we could show you this. So here's Badlands. I think it gets changed right away. Turn that off. Turn this on. Okay, here it is. So Badlands was 3, okay? And then now on this one, when I inserted it, I put Petrified Forest at 3, now Badlands is at 4. Okay, so later on we'll show you why you never want to try to hard code this, which means put number 1 here or number 2 there. We don't ever want to do that because it makes switch like that, especially the insert. So we actually will make the index number a variable like I, so that we can switch around and have the right data. Okay, so let's do some more properties. We could add to one, so I'm going to actually get rid of our beautiful national forest or national park analogy, and let's go to our example, and let's go to, we're going to add some. So we're going to add 2 arrays together. So let's put 2 arrays down. So let fruits equal, banana. Oh, we got to quotes here. We'll do strings, an array of strings. And let's go kiwi. Keep forgetting those quotes. I wish code completion would come up and give me some quotes too, but that's something totally crazy here. All right, blueberry. There you go. All right, let's do another one. Let's go let liquids equal honey, and yogurt. There you go. Honey and yogurt. There you go. So we have 2 of them. So how would I add something like that together? I can just basically come in here, as simple as this, and just say, I'm going to make a smoothie. So let's make another variable called smoothie. And let's have it equal fruits plus liquids. All right, there it goes. No errors. Lucky. Sometimes very lucky than good. And you can see now this one has, banana, kiwi, blueberries. This one has honey and yogurt. Now this one has banana, kiwi, blueberry, honey, and yogurt. It puts one right after the other. I think if we switch those and you have the liquids first, you could actually do that. All right, you switch those around and put liquids and then fruits. We would actually put them first. Okay, so they go in order of how you learn that. Okay, so that's adding arrays. Let's do some more properties or functions that you can do with arrays that you might come in handy. So let's do a shopping list, and let's actually remove stuff from it. Okay, so I'm going to go var shopping list and equals. Here's the staple brackets. We put the quotes, milk, end quotes. Let's go bread. Let's go candy. Okay, let's go apples. What else should we have here? Let's go ham. There we go. There's my shopping list. Okay. And I want to remove the things that I already have, so maybe I don't need them. I don't have to purchase them. So let's say we have another variable called let purchased item equal. And I could go now to the shopping list and use dot technology. Watch this. Dot remove. If I come down here, remove last. Okay, look at that. Remove last. So it basically had milk bread, candy, and apples, okay, and ham. And then down here, I'm going to go ahead and remove the last. I don't really remove the last. I just say, let's let this purchased item be the very last piece of that, okay? So, yeah, I guess in order to do that, we should, if you want to print, let's print shopping list and see if ham is still in there. So print shopping list. Now, I don't think this will give us, to print an array, it doesn't give you an array. It actually does, actually. So we have milk, bread, candy, apple. Okay, and down here, see it doesn't print. It prints the array. So see down here at the print line, it actually has the brackets and everything. You wouldn't want to use that in your program, but it does show you that there's no ham. A ham does not exist in there. All right, pretty cool. All right, so that's remove last. We could remove stuff in an array. So let's go ahead and change like milk to tea. All right, so let's go shopping list 0 equals tea. Okay, so from milk to tea. There it is, tea. So we could go ahead and I shouldn't have got rid of that print, but let's print it again. Shopping list, it's pretty quick to go through it. And so you'll see now instead of milk, it has tea. Really easy to replace, huh? So just something like that. All right. There might be a time where you want to try to go through an array, but you're scared that it's empty. Remember the last lesson we talked about optionals, and so it doesn't like when things are empty. So let's actually show you if something's empty, what happens. So let's do a whole new one called siblings. So let my sibling equal, let's see, Jackie, Amy, oops, and Jim. Okay, so here's an array of siblings, but let's see if, let's check to see if it's empty, okay? So there is another property called if my sibling dot is empty. Look, it's a bool. Okay, so you don't crash or actually do it, get to that fatal out of range error. So you could go print. Oops. I don't have any siblings. Okay, so if I don't have any siblings, let's go ahead and print them having siblings. Else, print, I have a backslash sibling dot count. Okay, so it actually has a property called count that'll show you how many siblings are in the array. And let me clean this up. Something like that. Does that work? Yeah, I think that'll work. Okay, so it comes through and it says there's an error here. Let me see, did I spell something wrong? Siblings. There it is, that plural thing. You got to decide early in your programming whether you're going to use plural, s, or without, and that would be a big mistake you make. But you can see I have 3 siblings. Okay, so if it's empty, just don't return any. This assures if it's empty. Okay, and you might want to do that. It's kind of that optional check to make sure there's not something in there so you don't get errors. So you want to do a lot of these if statements, and they're called error catching, so that you don't come up with a bad program that stays in an infinite loop or just crashes. People will get rid of your app if it keeps crashing. Okay, so how would I loop over an array? Let's try something else. Let's actually loop over my sibling array. Remember we talked about loops in a previous episode. So we'll now show you how you could probably guess. In fact, in that episode we went over an array and we looped through it. As you know, it is a for in. All right, so let's actually do it for sibling in my sibling. Okay. Open this up, and we'll go through them, and then we'll say print my sibling. And should we do this n piece so we go after one after the other? Something like that. Doesn't like that. Now it doesn't like it. What did it want again? It wanted a fix it? No, that's not gonna work. No. It is it forward slash? Yeah? Is that what it is? Next one? No. It's backslash in, I thought it was. Oh. It has to be, I think, in quotes. Quotes? No. It's fix it. No. It's oh, it did do it. Did do it. Okay, so it is my sibling. It's only if I do it like this. Let's go. These are my siblings. Backslash. Something like that. That. Something like that. No. Still wrong. Oh, quotes. Quotes. There we go. Something like that. Okay, these are my siblings, and see, it does it. It goes one line after another. Okay, so not pretty, but it did do it, and it does it 3 times. Okay, so for sibling and sibling, these are my siblings. Okay, actually, I don't want my sibling. I want the sibling. So one at a time. There we go. There we go. Okay, there we go. One at a time. All right. So these are my siblings: Jackie, Amy, and Jim. Not a pretty sentence, but you get the picture. So that's how you loop through them. We learned that a couple chapters back, but the 4 in. And I just create, this is like an index. I could change this to index. And that's what most people are used to. But again, Apple wants your code to look pretty. And so it wants it to look more like a sentence. So for index and siblings, so for sibling in my sibling, you could almost make this my sibling list, so it makes perfect English sense. So for siblings in my sibling list, and that's what Apple wants to do, okay? So they want you to actually have nice looking code that almost looks like English, okay? So my sibling list, I messed something up here. Oh, my sibling, that changes. Okay, so there you go. That's it. All right, and yeah, so that'll be about it for now. Those are arrays. Do I still have problems? It's siblings. I just noticed that you guys were staring at it. I was going to gloss over it. I gotta have it perfect. So there it is. These are my siblings: Jackie, Amy, and Jim. Again, still not a very good sentence. Apple would crucify me, but it's kind of showing you how to deal with arrays. All right, and that's what we did today. Arrays, solve some of their properties, solve some of their functions. Really powerful. Used a kind of a little analogy. Hey, ooh, these are most trusted. And I'm still trying to make you great, help you innovate. Make sure you subscribe, and thanks for watching. See you in the next one.